Hello everyone, I'm Kate Andrews and here's a look at what is going on this week in the news. And we begin in news from around the country. Big news out of D.C. Pope Francis will address Congress on September 24th. The address will be the first time a pope has addressed Congress. House Speaker John Boehner announced the news on Thursday. Speaker Boehner had invited Pope Francis last March, saying that the first pope from the Americas has inspired Americans with his pastoral manner and servant leadership. Pope Francis confirmed last month that in addition to attending the World Meeting of Families in Philadelphia, he would also visit Washington, D.C. and New York City during his first papal trip to the U.S. In news from around the world, Salvadoran Archbishop Oscar Romero, who was assassinated while celebrating a mass in 1980, has been declared a martyr. Traditionally, a person who is called a martyr when they accept death over forced conversion. Archbishop Romero's death does not fit this formula. However, like the classic martyrs, Archbishop Romero knew his life was in danger and even turned down shelter from the Vatican to stay with his people. Catholic News Service has reactions from Salvadorans about the decree recognizing Archbishop Romero's martyrdom.
Lo más precioso, tenemos un santo en El Salvador. Y ellos pues interceden por uno, más ahora el tiempo que estamos tan peligroso. Él sufrió.
Archbishop Romero was assassinated March 24, 1980, while celebrating Mass in a hospital chapel.
Para él, su preferencia eran los pobres. Y ahora, gracias a Dios, por la muerte martirial que él tuvo, que fue similar a la de Jesús, porque murió cuando él estaba consagrando el pan y el vino.
Es obvio, unos lo aman, otros no lo aman. Pero a este punto, decimos nosotros en la iglesia, Roma locuta causa finita. Roma habló y se acabó el problema. Ya hay una definición. Esto se tiene que aceptar en la fe.
In news from the Vatican, Pope Francis says there's absolutely no place in ministry for those who abuse minors. In a February 2nd letter, Pope Francis called on the leaders of the world's bishop conferences and religious orders to do everything possible to protect children and vulnerable adults from abuse. They also must offer appropriate care for victims and their families. Back to news from around the world. Nearly 200 Christian protesters, including priests and nuns, were arrested in India February 5th. The group had gathered outside of the Sacred Heart Cathedral in New Delhi to protest recent attacks on churches. Father Dominic Emmanuel was amongst those arrested. He said that though their protest was peaceful, they were forcefully bundled into police buses and taken to the station. Now church leaders are criticizing police manhandling of the protesters. Archbishop Anil Kuto of Delhi said that people are angry. 5 churches have been attacked in Delhi in 2 months, but no arrests have been made. Archbishop Kuto said that instead of looking for those who desecrated and attacked churches, the police are using force to silence the protests. And finally in the news, Pope Francis hosted a Google chat with special needs students from around the world. Rome Reports has more.
It's not every day that one can video chat with the Pope, but that's exactly what happened on Thursday afternoon. Special needs students from the U.S., Spain, India, and Brazil talked with the Pope about how they deal with their disabilities. A special focus was given on how technology helps them in school. From Nebraska, Isaiah, who is a junior in high school, suffers from limited motor skills, so he asked the Pope for some advice.
The use of technology has helped me overcome the problem of getting my thoughts out fast enough. What do you do when you face something difficult?
Primero, no enojarme. No hay que enojarse. Está tranquilo. Después, buscar la manera de vencerla, de superarla. Y si no la puedo superar, aguantarla.
There was also a group of students from Madrid who work on production and filming projects, and some were more concerned with the Pope's tech skills.
Oye, Papa Francisco.
Decime.
Te quería hacerte una pregunta.
Decime.
¿A ti te gusta hacer fotos y luego descargarlas en el ordenador?
¿Querés que te diga la verdad? Yo soy un tronco con la máquina. Yo no sé manejar el ordenador. Qué vergüenza, ¿eh?
The Pope's Google Hangout is part of an educational project he is promoting. It's called Scholas, and its mission is to improve education globally through an international exchange of ideas, cultures, and knowledge, all under the umbrella of technology. Since the Pope joined, more than 400,000 schools have been involved worldwide. The goal is to eventually reach 60 million students.
That is all the information we have for you at this time. I'm Kate Andrews. Don't forget, you can keep up to date on Catholic news throughout the week with Catholic Newsbreak right here on the Catholic TV Network.